from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I am Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. Artosis, how you doing, man?
I'm doing excellently, Tasteless, and I am so excited for today. We have so many big names playing.
I know.
A couple of my close friends as well. Cannot wait.
It's going to be pretty awesome. We have two non-Koreans playing today. Liquid JinRo, of course, from TeamLiquid.net. I'm sure there's a lot of TL guys tuning in. Greetings to you. And, of course, we have my nerd, E.G. Hydra, duking it out today. Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, though, JinRo, which is going to be our first match, is playing against Moon. If you don't know who Moon, first of all, slap yourself because what's wrong with you? Then after that, listen very carefully. He is probably the most notable Warcraft 3 player of all time next to Grubby.
Yeah, in fact, this guy is the most accomplished, perhaps, ever. His list of accomplishments is endless. He was called the fifth race.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's like a tied top 2 most accomplished War 3 players ever. Really talented RTS player.
I believe he's actually made more money than any other pro gamer. Is that
prize money?
I believe that's actually
correct.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
So this guy is quite the legend. Liquid JinRo, of course, he's very good as well, but not quite at the same caliber if you were comparing Warcraft 3 accomplishments to StarCraft 1 accomplishments. StarCraft 1 a little bit more competitive, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is going to be just a little bit. So we're going to see how Liquid JinRo fares against the best Warcraft 3 player, basically, of all time.
Yes.
I can get away with saying that. It's accurate enough.
Yeah.
So we also we have a little bit of an announcement to make.
Yeah.
We have a new sponsor. See, it's taken away, but right down here you can see. So take it away, Artosis.
All right. So Incheon City, as well as the Incheon Tourist Board, has sponsored the GSL. We will be having the finals in Incheon, which is a city right next to Seoul. It's right in between the airport and Seoul, in fact. That's where the Team Liquid guys live, the OGS guys live. There's actually a lot of team houses out in that area. So that's where we're going to have the finals this time. By the way, on to the round of 16. We're going to have 5 Terrans so far, 4 Zergs, 3 Protosses, becoming a lot more balanced as we reach the round of 16.
Surprisingly balanced. As you can see, there's only 1 or 2 race difference in there, which is interesting because we started this tournament out with hardly any Protosses.
Yeah.
And
the ones we did get, though, Tasteless, are mighty indeed.
They are. They're definitely a force to be reckoned with. So, it's interesting to see this starting to balance out finally, considering how Terran and Zerg heavy it was at the start.
Absolutely. Well, we had so many Terran versus Zerg matches, Tasteless. We were going to get rid of quite a few of those anyways. So, pretty exciting as we move forward with the more balanced field of participants. It's anyone's tournament now.
Yeah, it really is.
But especially July Zergs, man.
Yeah, that guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
Again, the GSL, this is the largest tournament for esports ever. Largest prize pool here. Highly competitive, and what better vehicle to have an esports tournament held at than with StarCraft, the most sophisticated, complicated esports game. I think out of any game, it's the most complicated ever made. StarCraft 2, I'm loving it. It's getting better and better with every single patch. So, this is just awesome. Thank you guys for joining us here at the GSL. And also, special thanks to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson and the Incheon Tourism Organization. Did you know Incheon actually has the most efficient airport in the world?
Yes.
It does. You've been in and out of there. It's actually very efficient.
Yeah. Voted the world's best air hub 50 times in a row.
It's so efficient, actually.
Yeah.
So
it's a beautiful airport. Very clean.
Nice, yeah. I'm not even just saying that because we're sponsors. That's actually true.
It is.
I
it's a great
have to fly in and out of Incheon all the time. And, it's a great airport. So we're very happy to be sponsored by the city of Incheon. In just a little bit here, we're going to introduce our players.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Again, though, this is a big match, not just for well, actually, hold that thought. Let's go ahead and throw up the graphic for yesterday's matches.
We had Marine King Prime 2-1 over ST Monster. Pretty entertaining series. Leenock Foyu dismantling the cute guinea pig. Kind of sad. Leenock played amazingly well, but Guinea Pig was eliminated quite harshly. Then we had OGS MC absolutely tearing apart OGS Hyperdub. And July Zerg from Startail, the champion from StarCraft 1, just eating alive Foyu alive. It was the best Zerg play I have ever seen.
Yeah, but hands down.
If you look at it, this is actually the best Zerg player that's switched over. So
yeah, that's true.
Makes sense.
For today's matches, we're going to have Liquid JinRo against Moon. JinRo from TeamLiquid.net representing the StarCraft scene. Moon from Warcraft 3 representing the War 3 scene. Next, we have E.G. Idra, my nerd, my teammate, against I'm MVP, former StarCraft 1 pro gamer. After that, Choya Foyu against Czech Prime, PVZ. I think it's going to be a pretty even match. Czech Prime also a big War 3 pro gamer. So he'll be representing the War 3 guys as well. And finally, as always, we saved the best for last year at GOM TV. We have Slayer's Boxer against Pult Prime. Slayer's Boxer, the biggest name in esports, basically.
Of course.
The Muhammad Ali of esports is here.
He is, but I would say he's bigger than Muhammad Ali, Tasteless.
He's bigger. You could probably.
This is the Michael Jordan of esports.
That's true.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali plus Michael Jordan plus Tiger Woods.
Well,
of esports.
Yes.
Minus the scandals.
Yeah, minus the scandals. Boxer is clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is legit. So, yeah, in a little bit here, we're going to get our players introduced. I got something in my IR-tosis. I'm actually dying.
Are you crying because you're so excited?
I'm just so moved. I love esports so much. I'm going to try to get that out before this game starts. I tried to keep a straight face for so long, but I can only do it for so long.
Sometimes I just start to cry at how amazing StarCraft 2 truly is.
I get nerd tears coming down my face.
Yeah. Sometimes I cry when I lose to Protoss on the ladder taste.
I lost to a 6-bull today. That felt pretty good. JinRo against Moon. I know that there's a ton of War 3 fans tuning in today to see how Moon's going to fare in StarCraft 2. A lot of people were saying early on,
you just keep poking your eye, Tasteless. Someone's going to make a YouTube clip. This is going to be on Reddit, Tasteless. You got to be careful.
Yeah, I got to be really careful, actually.
Oh, God.
Basically, a lot of people have been saying that, will the War 3 players be better than the StarCraft 1 players?
The answer is no.
The answer so far is no when it comes to StarCraft 2.
A resounding no.
But let's see if Moon can manage to beat JinRo here and maybe make a point. We're going to find out. Moon, if there's anybody who's going to do it, it's going to be him.
Oh,
we haven't had as many War 3 pros switch over. Demuslim, though, actually, in the European scene, doing quite well. So, yeah.
He's a very good player.
Yeah, very talented. Very talented guy.
Guy definitely should have been a StarCraft player.
He should have, because he's quite good at StarCraft 2.
I'm just seeing how angry I can make the Warcraft 3 community today. They're like, oh, Artosis.
Right now, there's some nerd just looking at his computer screen, just shouting at us, but we can't hear you right now. But no, we're joking. We do love the War 3 community. Welcome over here. Introducing our players. We have on the left JinRo.
Wow.
Looking like a badass, actually.
Man. He's like actually, that beanie goes really well with his squared face.
It does.
Square
jaw. With his square jaw.
He actually looks really good with that
He could probably play a bongo drum pretty well.
Oh, my God.
With that on as well. That guy looks like he would know how to load a hookah. Over here on the right, we have Moon. Moon, of course, a ballin' Warcraft 3 pro gamer. He has so much money from Warcraft 3, it's actually insane.
Yeah.
If you guys, I believe you can Wikipedia this guy's accomplishments and for Warcraft 3, and the list is actually insane.
Yeah, it takes a while to load. It's not even a image file or anything. I mean, it is just that long, Tasteless.
Yeah, he's done so much. Now he switched over to StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, I know his builds during the beta were very creative, very unique.
Yeah, he had some creative ones. He's played Terran and Zerg so far in the GSL. In fact, Season 2, he got eliminated with Terran, made it into Season 3 with Zerg. He has always felt that it fits his style a little bit more, especially Night Elf. You know, if you remember Moon's games, a lot of mass expanding once getting ahead. That's kind of something you can replicate with Zerg in StarCraft 2. So I think it definitely fits him quite well. And there's a decent amount of micro involved as well. And of course, that is what Moon excels at. Hopefully, he can pull away his mutas before they get that last hit.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think Marines might fire too fast for it to look quite like War 3. But we will see. Now, here are the maps. We have Scrap Station, Zelnar Caverns, and Blistering Sands. These are actually really nice maps to watch this on. Scrap Station normally is quite nice early game for Zerg because it's hard to rush them. Through the mid game, though, I think we're going to see JinRo probably push through that center area. If you use that just right, it's quite nice for Terran because it's hard to flank. And then we have Zelnar Caverns. I mean, God, that map we've seen a billion trillion times. Blistering Sands, there's a lot of intricacies on that map. I'll get to it if we get that far.
And We are going to get this started momentarily. Here's a JinRo fan in the audience. I hope you get good outcome.
As much as you have tried.
Well,
Liquid JinRo for the win.
JinRo might want to start also teaching English lessons there. That was that was pretty cute, that sign. Oh, by the way, welcome our Korean viewers.
Yeah.
We understand there's a lot of people from Korea tuning in.
I was told on Twitter to give hugs to Brazil because there are a lot of players down in Brazil that watch. So
welcome,
hi Brazil.
Brazilian community.
I like that country a lot, actually.
It's a good country.
I have a lot of good friends from there.
Blanca is from your country. I played Blanca in Street Fighter 4. So, judging from my Street Fighter knowledge, I'm sure all the Brazilian viewers are probably green and have electronic abilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. You got it.
No, thank you seriously so much for tuning in. Welcome. We are going to start this momentarily, so get ready. The countdown's begun. Will I close this out in time, or will there be an awkward delay? Let's find out now. Awkward delay.
You've ruined it, Tasteless.
The countdown the game is loading now, so we did find out.
Here we go.
Wait for it.
Oh, my God.
It's going to happen any second.
No, it's not.
Korean commentators, we're going to wrap it up a little bit slower than normal here.
They have a lot to talk about,
They apparently do. I managed to fit in a Blanca joke in a StarCraft intro. The game is actually loaded now, so I was really late in getting this thing ready. All right.
Excuse me.
Over here in the red, we have our Terran player representing the Team Liquid scene, representing the non-Korean scene. He is
JinRo.
Over here in the blue, we have our Zerk player representing the Warcraft 3 scene in Korea and outside Korea. Moon from the team We Made Fox.
Nice crowd in here tonight.
Look at our
between Moon and Slayer's Boxer. A lot of fans here.
Moon doing the extractor trick. That's where you put a drone on there when you're at 10 of 10 supply. That opens it up. To make an 11th drone, you make that and then you cancel it.
That's right.
Meanwhile, we have JinRo scouting quite early here. He's already got one depot up, but what's he going to do, Artosis? It stopped. He's going to make a barracks.
Yep, a little bit of a forward barracks here, and that's pretty interesting. He's going to want to rush. Now, we're probably going to see a hatchery first from We Made Fox's Moon. On this map especially, it's very good. But this Overlord, Tasteless, is already going in to the main base of JinRo.
And this may cause him to not make the hatchery if he sees that there is, in fact...
It takes a while to decide, is the barracks actually in here or isn't it?
You might want to see if it's over here, but it's not.
But there is a pretty quick gas by JinRo, as we see here. So we may be seeing some sort of Reaper build.
Yeah.
It's definitely a possibility.
Certainly a possibility.
We've seen that Reapers can actually do a lot of damage against hatchery first builds. And hatchery first builds are all the rage in Korea right now, so I would not be too surprised if that's exactly what JinRo wants to do. You know, his build orders are normally really well thought out. Yeah,
I think that's one of JinRo's stronger points is his incredible strategic depth. He did a lot to contribute to the strategy section, actually, on TeamLiquid.net, moderating some of that otherwise toxic information.
Extremely toxic at times.
There's nothing harder than trying to find proper information about StarCraft strategies on the internet.
Yes. Thank you for saying what we were all thinking, Tasteless.
No, it's true, man. I mean, sometimes like I read one of those forums and I just a tumor grows in my brain right at that second.
Yeah.
But JinRo has done
quite a headache from that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now we do have a Reaper
on the way
created. So he also has his second gas out. So JinRo going to be saving up his gas, probably going to pop down a factory, and
look at that.
There it is.
Factory walling off this section. I really like the strategy here from JinRo.
Will he make a second Reaper? It's not looking like it. So only one Reaper, interesting, but I think he's going to go into Blue Flame Aliens after this. If I had, I mean,
that would
with
make
double
sense.
Gas, you wouldn't think he would, but there he is with a barracks with a tech lab next to a factory.
I guess he's waiting for his opponent to bring drones down.
Yep, and now taking out. I wonder if we're actually. I don't hear the sound.
Do you hear game sounds on this?
I wonder if we're on mine.
Do you hear it?
People would be so angry, by the way. I've been observing this game, if that's the case. But we do not have game sound, as far as I can tell.
So hopefully I'm gonna get that fixed, or we're gonna write somebody.
Anyways, he is switching that over. Now this, actually, now that I think about it, this is gonna be for Siege Tank with Siege Mode. It's gonna just make this a very defended area. And in the meantime, he is, in fact, expanding. So JinRo setting up very nicely on this map and really using the map architecture to his liking. You know, this is a very quick expansion. And also, by the way, if we look over at this Reaper, it's doing a pretty good job of harassment. Look at it. It's really got that Queen health down. And one Reaper versus Queen is sometimes not all that good, but he's doing a great job with it.
Yeah, he's done quite a nice job with that thus far. And we're going to get this game sound stuff figured out pretty soon here, guys, so just bear with us. And meanwhile, back over here, he's getting a starport. Note that. What do you think about the Siege Tank opening here from him?
I love it, Tasteless, because this is a great map for Siege Tanks. As you know, I've been saying for a long time, the architecture of this map is actually quite good for Terran. It has a lot of ledges that you can use Siege Tanks on. It has a very thin path that you can attack through. And he's making a wall, and that's going to be very hard to push through when there's Siege Tanks. And now here Moon he is attacking into the barracks right there, but the Siege Tank does keep it off. Now, Moon has been forced into a lot of Zerglings because he was a little bit scared of that Reaper, so not going to be too useful right now, but he is droning up. He is getting that layer.
As you guys can see here, I'm going to scroll up like this. The Zerg base is looking pretty healthy. That harassment didn't do too much damage. Meanwhile, we got back here in the Terran's base, also looking very good. Zerg's going to have to expand again here pretty soon. This is a pretty quick expo here for our Terran player.
Yeah, you know, normally the Zerg will wait until that Spire is making before he makes the expansion. And we do have 2 more barracks going up there for JinRo, as you see. And finally, the Spire does start for Moon over at his expansion.
Over at the expo.
There it is. Now, Moon, he does have that 3rd Queen out. So he's going to have that help defend against this Viking, which is doing some nice harassment. I really love this strategy by JinRo. He's really going to show us a great way to play this map, I think.
Well, you know what's nice about this is that he's taken a lot of jabs at the Zerg without overcommitting.
Yeah, he hasn't actually committed to anything. You know, he's just harassing a little bit here and there, forcing Zerglings and other useless units, positioning his Siege Tanks really quite well. I actually really am becoming quite a fan of JinRo watching his play here, Tasteless. He's gotten so much better since he went to Korea.
Now, I gotta say, Moon has not overreacted to any of this stuff thus far. So, he's not in terrible shape despite how good JinRo's opener is. I think any lesser player right now seeing a build like this would have been in a lot of trouble. Now, I think, by the way, guys, we have somebody investigating the sound problem right now, so don't worry about it. It'll be fixed soon. It won't be like this for the entire day today. The Thor is on the way. Nice defense here coming from JinRo.
Yeah, that's right. Notice the missile turrets going up as the Mutalisks are being made.
Yeah, nice timing, nice game sense there. Oh,
yeah.
And down here, we have a Gold Expo coming up.
Very good choice. It's far away. And we'll have to see. Let's see, there are some mutas popping out. A lot more mutas on the way as well. Really good creep tumors spreading. Now, JinRo's going to probably hit a 2-base timing push through the center. That definitely looks like what he's going for on this map.
Yeah.
And Tasteless, here come the mutas into the main base.
Into the main base. And as you can see, not as exciting when there's no game sound, but still interesting to see this muta harassment as they fly through here.
And that Thor doing a good job making those mutas run away, but it is just one Thor. If he had actually Magic Box and targeted that Thor, he could have definitely taken it out. So maybe a little judgment error here by Moon. When you have that many mutas, you can really take out a single Thor so easily.
We are still looking at the harassment right now. Looks like the solution for our sound problem, we're going to switch to Dan's computer now.
Oh, are we?
For the observing. So, we're switching over. I don't know if you guys are on Dan's screen yet, so Dan, you will be observing from here on out.
I don't think we've switched quite yet, Jason.
Oh,
so
well, pretty soon here. I'll keep commentating this. Sorry, guys, we're trying to get this tech problem fixed. As we've been having, I know we're having some audio problems at the moment. Also note, in this situation here, if JinRo's attack doesn't work out and this gold base stays up for a while, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah. And we also see JinRo, he's actually not just going to go for a 2-base timing attack through the center tasteless, because he is making a command center.
Oh, wow.
So
take a look at that.
He's just going to slow push out, turtle up a little bit, and that's kind of how you have to play this map against Zerg. You really have to use the terrain, use the fact that it's a pretty small map, cut it in half, and you can do a good job. But, as you said, Tasteless, he does have that gold base, so Moon in a good position.
All right, Dan is switching over to Tosis. Oh, we're going to use the sound from Dan's computer. All right. We'll try to keep our screen synced up here. This is like some Cirque du Soleil casting stuff here.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
So the mutas are continuing to harass around. Meanwhile, over here, we have, well, not much going on over here. As you can see, creep tumors being denied. I don't know if I totally agree with JinRo's decision to turtle up here versus the 2-base timing push, but I guess it's a stylistic thing. We're going to see, though, because if JinRo isn't, or excuse me, if Moon, rather, doesn't actually control the gold base the entire game. Actually, let me rephrase that. This is actually getting muddled in my speech here. If Moon controls the gold base for long enough and mines up these resources, JinRo's going to be in trouble if it becomes a half-map versus half-map situation.
That's right. Now we have a lot of Mutalisks attacking into these rocks. Looks like he wants to open up a way to attack JinRo. And he's going to be able to push through there. Now, this is a pretty good idea, but there are a lot of Marines for JinRo. Here comes some Thors and siege tanks. Start to hold this off a little bit.
All right, that's pretty gutsy, by the way, of Moon to actually break that open with a Terran in such close pushing proximity. And I don't know, did you just get game sound in your headphones?
I did.
All right.
It's actually on, it's my game sound, but you're observing.
All right. Now comes the Cirque du Soleil casting.
Yes.
I'm really curious, actually, to when the island is going to play a big role here.
I feel like we aren't going to see the island in this game. I think it's going to come down to something big, like one pretty big engagement, excuse me.
All right. They're gearing up.
Now, the only thing about Moon's play right now, look at this, he is adding a lot of roaches. Looks like he's going to go for an attack here.
Is he going to do this? I don't know if Moon should be attacking right now, but we're going to see if it works.
Well, JinRo's a little bit out of position, but Moon just sending the Banelings in against a lot of siege tanks.
I don't know why he attacked there at all.
You know, if you're going to send the Banelings in, you have to make sure they're not hitting the siege tanks. Yeah. The roaches are actually there to tank the damage from those siege tanks while you try to get the Banelings up. But Moon lost a lot of supply right there. And suddenly, JinRo in a supply lead. He is 169 to 163.
Yeah, one of the techniques we're seeing here from JinRo, it's pretty common in StarCraft, is we're getting, well, StarCraft 1, I should say, with Terrans, is you just kind of turtle up and just wear the other guy down, make it a macro game, because Terran are the hardest race to attack into.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's using the map architecture against him. Look, notice how JinRo is just slowly creeping over the map.
Yeah.
And just taking more bases, setting up a nice defensive perimeter. And it's going to be hard for Moon to actually hold this off. JinRo's strategic play is very nice here. But this is maybe it's spread a little bit thin, this push.
We got an attack coming on over here. A small force of Marines. Well, denied pretty quickly there. But we'll see. I think JinRo might be too spread out here. Marines not the best against roaches. They will be chased back.
Yeah, see, he's spread a little bit thin here. But those Marines, they have some medevacs there as well, some good DPS along with some siege tank support, and Moon getting pushed right back.
You know what, it says plus 2 attack upgrades here on the Marines. Killing those roaches much quicker than we expected. Moon just not actually getting the necessary upgrades. He's getting 1-1 here for mutas, but nothing that's far from the ground.
I mean, it's quite good for mutas, but yeah, with nothing on those roaches, these Marines are going to do better and better. But there are some Banelings being made. We're going to have to see, oh no, attacking with just too few units there. And JinRo, he is actually playing this map extremely well.
Yeah.
And showing us You know, some really amazing play. I'm so impressed with JinRo here.
And JinRo is actually beating Moon back, and more reinforcements are on the way. This could be the end of Moon.
That's right. Look at this. More and more Marines do pile in. Nice third base timing by JinRo. Gets his economy up. He has a lot of production going on. And Moon has to be feeling a little bit scared right now. He's down to 3 base against 3 base against JinRo.
Yeah. Now, here are the drones at the gold base. Doing some long-distance mining, but I don't... Look, to be totally blunt, I think there's almost, like, you know, a 99% chance JinRo's going to win this. Moon almost has no way to recover. Basically, JinRo would have to make a mistake and miscontrol his army. Like, grossly miscontrol his army in order to lose this. I mean, it's basically impossible.
In fact, Tasus, see that? Yeah, 4th base coming up. And if you look at the supplies, maxed out JinRo against 142 of Moon. You know, JinRo playing excellently, but Moon doesn't even have Hive yet, so he is just... I mean, you need Hive units to deal with this.
Here we go!
And the Siege Tanks just plowing through everything. Oh, my God. Moon looks like he's going to have to GG pretty quickly here.
Yeah, that's going to be it, I do believe, for Moon. Burrowing won't save you in this game.
No, it will not, indeed. And the Marines just moving forward. Yeah. Beautiful by JinRo.
I would expect Moon to GG any second. Tap out. There it is. GG. Wow. Let me actually... You go ahead and talk about that game for a minute. I'm going to check some of the settings of this computer.
Yeah, see if you can't get some of this stuff fixed.
Somebody... All right.
Someone disabled sound.
Someone disabled sound. I'm going to kill somebody later.
Why don't you... I'm going to talk. You take care of this. Make sure they know what's going on.
All right. 1 second.
All right. Anyways, we made Fox's Moon, dropping that first game on Scrap Station to JinRo. And, you know, really impressive play by JinRo. He really used the architecture of that map. You know, this is something that some players, such as myself and I, have been saying for a while, not out of anything biased, but the actual architecture of that map, it's a very small map. So if Terran pushes out quite carefully and plays a very safe standard game like JinRo did there, then it's going to be pretty hard for Zerg. We even saw Moon on that gold base for a very long time. He did some nice mutilus harassment and all that, but JinRo, he pushed out. He played a very strong, solid game, and he just showed us. I mean, this is the new way. I think we're going to see Terrans playing maps like this in the future. It's a small map. You got to take your time on it.
All right. I think we got that all taken care of. Hopefully no more tech problems here in the future. You know, I got to say, Moon, and this might make some nerds out there angry, but I think this is actually pretty accurate. I think he was treating the rules of engagement like it was Warcraft 3. In a situation where a Terran is turtling that hard, you just don't attack him. Unless it's a drop in his main where he's going to have to relocate his army. You can't just try to break through the front. Economically, you just cannot, well, I shouldn't even say economically, just strategically, it's really short-sighted to make a move like that.
That's actually quite true. I wasn't even thinking of that, Tasus, but you're very right on that.
Well, thank you.
If a Terran is turtling with Zerg basically you don't want to attack with, in theory.
Right.
They're not really the attacking race. You harass with them plenty, sure. You pick off stuff where you can. That's true for all races. But with Zerg, you want to take more bases, get your economy up, get your upgrades going, get your tech up. He needed a little bit more tech in that game.
Yeah.
Whether it's Infestors or Ultras or Broodlords or Drops, as you were saying. You need to take extra bases, get extra hatcheries up, because when it's 2 max armies playing against each other, the Zerg army normally is going to lose the engagement if everything goes in a normal way.
Yeah.
But if you have a really good economy, that's fine, because that's where Zerg gets better. You make the extra hatcheries, you get extra larvas from a lot of larva injects. And, all right, and sorry about that.
Nothing.
But you want to have a lot of larva, a lot of cash built up, so when you do lose that maxed battle, you instantly reinforce, and then you win, because it takes Terran longer to reinforce. So, in theory, that's how you're going to want to play the game. You're right, Tasus. Moon definitely did not play that part right. He should not have been attacking into JinRo.
You just can't do it. I mean, you actually want to wait until you're maxed out, because if you're maxed out, usually you're going to be like 20 food in this case ahead of the Terran, unless the Terran's like really macroing perfectly. And then what you do is you take another expansion, and you just, like I said, drop the main, force him to relocate. While he's relocating his army, you attack the front, and you just rinse and repeat while making drones at that new base.
Oftentimes, Zerg is a war of attrition.
Yeah.
In theory, that's kind of how Zerg plays out. A lot of high-level macro games, that's what you'll see. The Zerg is kind of like waiting him out, whittling down his opponent, just trying to make the game last so that his bigger economy, his bigger production can win the day. Because it's not just going to be, okay, I take out this middle here. Taking out the middle is good for harassment, making him kind of go back and forth, but actually engaging with all your units, like,
that's
right,
actually,
I have 200
the
units.
The worst place to engage in a situation like that. There's JinRo and HeyPro.
Well, Rhett and HeyPro.
Oh, Rhett and HeyPro.
There's Fruit Dealer and HeyPro.
Rhett's like looking at me right over there. I dropped the ball there again.
All right.
That's -1 point for Tasteless there.
Wow.
They're here watching.
You don't even know what the
JinRo.
non-Koreans look like.
All these white people look the same to me.
But yeah, Tasteless, you don't take a maxed army and just go, okay, I'm maxed, I should attack. No, that's not really how it works.
Well, I think was he even maxed actually?
I don't know, but
back,
whether he was or not,
tech problems back there. But I mean, I don't believe he was maxed out.
You generally
actually.
don't want to attack.
You don't want to attack if you're not maxed out in that situation. Well, maybe this game will look differently for Moon this time around. I don't think JinRo can do the same thing. Let's get ready.